The internet is on fire and fans can't believe what they're hearing. Rumors are flying like wildfire, and at the heart of it all is a bombshell revelation that has startled the whole love and hip-hop world. Mena, for her feisty nature and no-holds-barred attitude, has now delivered a bombshell that no one anticipated coming. She's pregnant, and she's supposedly saying that Mendeecees could be the father. Yes, you heard it right. While Mendeecees is still very much with Yandy Smith, Erica's outspoken remark has sent shockwaves across the fan base. How did this happen? When did it happen? And most importantly, is there any truth to it? According to insiders close to the incident, things began to spiral following a recent love and hip-hop shoot in which Erica and Mendeecees were seen having several off-camera chats. Yandy supposedly had no clue anything was going on till now. Emotions are running high, accusations are flying, fans are demanding answers. Is this simply another attention-grabbing gimmick, or is there more to the tale than anybody expected? Stay with us because what comes next will leave you stunned. The morning following Erica's post, the city buzzed with rumor. News sites, fan pages, and podcasts were all focused on the mounting controversy. One blogger claimed to have seen Erica leave a clinic with another claimed to have overheard her on the phone stating, "I already know what the results are, but I want him to say it." Whether these accusations were genuine or not didn't matter. They added further gasoline to the turmoil. Fans were riveted to their televisions, waiting for a digital copy of what looked to be a prenatal notice started circulating online, with two names blocked out, supposed father and mother, but the paper seemed real. The findings, on the other hand, were clear, a 99% possibility. Some said the test was photoshopped, others maintained it was the smoking gun. The drama reached an all-time high as Erica stayed mute. Her fans bombarded her comments, demanding replies. Is it real? Why aren't you saying anything? This alters everything. But she didn't react to a single message. Meanwhile, Mendeecees was seen departing. When questioned about the Nino findings, he just shook his head and murmured, "No comment." But his face told a different narrative, fatigued, strained, and visibly under pressure. Fans started reading into every single element of his body language the way Yandy, on the other hand, was collapsing behind the scenes, as seen by his avoidance of eye contact and the way he tightened his teeth. Close friends said she had been sobbing for days, hardly eating, and reluctant to leave her house. Friends attempted to assist her, but she wasn't speaking to anybody. One source said she told The Confident, "I don't know what's worse, betrayal or disgrace." For admirers, Yandy had long felt like the strong, collected one. Seeing her crushed like this was painful. Supporters filled her page with love and support, but even that couldn't hide her from the storm. Most unexpected twist, Erica decided to go down for an exclusive interview with the famed podcast. The teaser tape went viral before the complete episode even debuted, in which Erica sat in a darkly lit. She stood in the room wearing a sweatshirt and scarcely any makeup, her voice trembling as she continued, "I didn't want it to come to this, but I will not be quiet any longer." When the show eventually aired, viewers were waiting on every word. Erica said about her and Mendeecees had been close during a tough stretch in his marriage. She said it began innocently, with merely discussions, venting, and connecting over stress, but ultimately it crossed the line. "Not proud of it," she added, brushing away a tear. "I knew it was wrong, but it happened. I never planned to become pregnant, but once I did, I had a choice. Lie to everyone or face the truth, and I chose the truth." The room fell silent, and even the host seemed caught off guard. Erica continued, explaining that she reached out to Mendeecees privately in hopes of handling things gently, but when he began ignoring her messages and acting like nothing had occurred, she felt obligated to come up. "I kept expecting he'd do the right thing," she said. "Instead, he attempted to make me feel like I was insane, but I imagined it all. That's when I realized I had to protect my kid, even if it meant destroying bridges." The statement sent shockwaves over the internet. Fans were startled. Many commended her boldness. Others questioned the timing and intentions. But the prevailing response was bewilderment. Was a true, honest confession, and it couldn't be ignored. The consequences was swift. Mendeecees put a lengthy text-only comment on his page in which he didn't immediately affirm or deny anything. People will say anything when they are upset. I've made of guilt, but rather to shield myself from my family. The tweet merely prompted further suspicions. What faults was he alluding to? Was he confessing to anything fans discussed? Every line tried to understand the facts, but nothing was apparent. That same night, Yandy went live. Her face was pale, her energy low, but her voice was solid. I know you want answers, she continued, but honestly, I don't have them. I've been blindsided like the rest of you. She stopped, taking a big breath. I love my husband. I believed in our family. And now I'm just trying to find out what's genuine. Fans swarmed the conversation with words of support. Yandy wrote, if this child is his, we'll deal with it. But I won't let falsehoods me. I need the truth, not rumors, blogs. Not a few hours later, another video appeared, this time including Mendeecees and Erica, at a behind-the-scenes moment from a prior session. They were smiling, standing close, and seeming far too comfortable. Fans who had discounted the possibility of them, one TikTok user commented, "You can't replicate that level of tension." The footage was dated just a few months before Erica's pregnancy announcement. It altered everything. Just when folks believed it couldn't get messier, a lady claiming to be Mendeecees' ex from years ago joined the discussion. She shared a mysterious video on TikTok with the caption, "History repeats itself when lessons aren't learned." She didn't identify anybody, but everyone assumed she was talking to Mendeecees. The comment section erupted with hypotheses. Some admirers even theorized that Erica wasn't the first to experience such a dilemma with him. The story started to alter. Was Mendeecees concealing more than just one secret? Erica, witnessing the situation build, submitted another message. This time, a picture of a crib was being constructed with the statement, "Getting ready regardless of who steps up." This was a direct jab against Mendeecees. The implication was obvious that she wasn't going to wait around for him to admit responsibility. Fans appreciated her tenacity, while others questioned her actions. But one thing was certain, she wasn't backing down. As the drama escalated, One producers sensed a chance. Rumors were flying that an emergency tape was being set with all three participants. Sources indicated they intended to shoot a sit-down with Erica Mendeecees, and Yandy insiders stated that Erica accepted quickly. Mendeecees was apprehensive, and Yandy first rejected, but after some bargaining, she allegedly agreed on one condition: she would get to speak last. Fans couldn't believe it. The thought of all three being in the same room facing the truth on camera was nearly too much to stomach. The countdown to the encounter had started, and the internet was preparing for impact. As the tape neared, emotions were running high, and Erica shared another narrative, this time a sonogram photo. A voice note playing over it, it was a baby's heartbeat. "Every pulse reminds me why I'm speaking out," she added. The message struck home. Fans were now emotionally committed. Support Erica, Yandy, or no one at all. They all wanted one thing: the truth. It seemed like the truth was finally on its way, whether anybody was ready for it or not. The day the sit-down tape finally arrived, and anxiety was so thick it could have been cut with a knife. The stage was darkly illuminated with just enough brightness to catch the looks on everyone's faces. Cameras were rolling. The producers were on edge, and the atmosphere backstage was like a pressure cooker about to erupt. Erica appeared first, dressed in a basic black costume, her tummy showing just enough to. She seemed cool on the surface, but anybody paying close attention could notice the way her hands shook slightly as she held her phone. Mendeecees turned up 10 minutes later, appearing more apprehensive than anyone had ever seen him. He kept checking his watch, pacing and massaging his forehead. The producers attempted to get him. "I didn't sign up for this circus, so he wouldn't let me rest," mumbled under his breath, though he made no attempt to leave. He knew walking away would only make matters worse. Yandy was the last to come. She didn't say anything to anybody. She strode in with her chin up. Her eyes were chilly, and she was dressed entirely in white, as if she were attending a funeral. She was lamenting the connection she believed she had. The three were brought into the room one by one, and Erica sat Yandy on the right, and Mendeecees immediately in the middle, no moderator. Just 3 seats and the crushing weight of unsolved tension. Silence filled the room till eventually, Erica broke it. "So, are we doing this or not?" Her voice was solid, but her eyes betrayed men clear his throat. "I don't even know where to begin." Yandy sneered. "Start with the facts." Maybe Erica leaned for who their father is, and the world wants to know what type of guy you really are. Mendeecees shook his head slowly, trying to keep his voice steady. "I never claimed the kid wasn't mine. I said the situation is complex, and you departed." Erica interrupted in sharply. "No, you ignored me. I tried to reach out. I tried to keep everything between us. You ghosted me like I was some groupie. So I did what I had to do." Yandy crossed her arms and drove this all over. "Social media, that's what you had to do." Erica turned to her, her voice softer. "Now, I didn't mean to harm you. I honestly didn't. I realize how this appears, but put yourself in my shoes. I'm pregnant, afraid." And the guy who may be the Yandy's eyes welled up with tears as her father acted as if she didn't exist. Blinked them away before they could fall. "I've been in worse shoes, and believe me, treachery doesn't come with a guidebook. All of this circus. You made a decision, and Mendeecees finally spoke out. "I made errors and am not proud of them, but I did not ask for everything." Erica laughed bitterly. "I wanted time to figure things out before it turned into a reality show." Mendeecees says, "Your whole existence is a spectacle." That statement hurt, and Yandy said nearly to herself, "Was? Is it ever real?" Mendeecees looked at her eyes, softening. "What we had was true. I don't even know what this is." The producers watching from the monitor realized they had hit gold. The genuine passion, the encounter, and tragedy occurred in real time, and the camera's fans viewing the leaked preview footage were going crazy. Everyone had chosen a side, and the internet was blazing with disputes. Team Yandy vs Team Erica and Mendeecees. He was being dragged by all sides, and nobody was letting him off the hook. As the sit-down progressed, Erica took out, she handed her a little booklet from her backpack. "These are the official Northeast results." And Mendeecees paused before taking the papers and starting to read. The silence. He stretched for what seemed like minutes before closing the folder and looking up. "It's mine," he simply remarked. Yandy. Erica did not flinch when she closed her eyes and exhaled forcefully. She knew the truth. The room seemed like it had shattered in two. "So what now?" Erica questioned. "Are you still planning?" DC scratched his temples and said, "I'm not going anywhere. I'll take it. Responsibility, but this changes everything." Yandy sprang up and paced. "Marginally damn right it does. To be honest, you had one job, and couldn't even I've held you down through jail drama. Everything. And this is how you repay me." Her voice trembled, and a tear trickled down her face. "Was fighting for us while you were sneaking around." Erica turned aside, allowing Yandy her time. "I'm not asking you to forgive me," she murmured quietly, "but don't blame me for the decisions he made." Yandy glanced to him as he rose and wanted to say, but the words would not come. Shaking her head, "I'm done talking, I'm done battling. You two figure it out. Whatever mess you cause, I need time." With that, she went off stage, leaving an unsettling quiet. The producers called for a break, but the harm was already done. Outside the studio, Yandy's automobile surrounded by reporters, she kept her head down. But one reporter was able to, "Are you leaving him?" She didn't respond. She didn't have to. Was louder than any remark. Inside, Erica sat alone on her chair, staring at the empty place where Yandy had stood. Mendeecees finally responded. "This isn't what I wanted." Erica glanced at him, fatigued. "But it's what you created." The EP interviewed. The demand to bring her back on television became tremendous, and Mona Scott herself contacted out, leaving a message that stated, You don't have to say anything you're not prepared to say, but the fans need to hear from you, even if it's only for 5 minutes. Even if it's only to end the chapter." Yandy listened to the message and erased it without responding. She wasn't ready, not yet. Not when every step she made would be analyzed by millions. Back in the city, Mendeecees attempted to reaching out to both ladies. He wrote lengthy messages to Yandy apologizing and pleading. He vowed to express how afraid and overwhelmed he had been once again. Take responsibility for the baby to be there for Erica, but never cross the line again. He informed Yandy she was his world, that what they had couldn't be erased, but the messages were left on read. Voicemail. He even showed up outside her friend's home once, but the door never opened. She needed time, and he had respect that even if it was hurting him within. He also attempted to smooth things up over with Erica, but those chats did not go well either. She was upset. He could escape behind vague apologies. "You made this mess," she told in an angry phone conversation. He said, "You wanted to live like a king, juggling two lives, and now that everything is blowing up, you're acting startled. Nah, you can't pretend puzzled right now." The call concluded with Erica blocked his phone number. She didn't care about the cameras, the program, or the headlines. All she cared about protecting her peace and her kid. She knew that once the baby came, everything would change again, and she wasn't going to allow the same guy who had ghosted her during her pregnancy come in and pretend to be a hero unless he earned it. As the days passed, fresh rumors. Some said Mendeecees had been sighted with a mysterious lady, and others said that Yandy had moved into a new residence and was already talking with a divorce lawyer. Even Erica's name was drawn into new speculation, with websites suggesting she had a secret lover all along, and the baby, none of it was proven. Thus, it didn't matter. In the realm of reality, perspective was key, and this storyline was ballooning into something nobody could control. Several producers proposed recording parts separately with everybody. 3 of them attempted to put together the tale without pushing them into the same room. Meg consented, Erica cautiously. Yandy did not answer, but just when everyone believed she was done for good, she put a single black screen on her Instagram account with the words, "Sometimes quiet is strength, sometimes I'll talk shortly." The internet went berserk. Bloggers repeated it within minutes. Fans, the comments were filled with praise and interest. Even the official Vay1 page republished it with the remark, "We're listen, Queen." A week later, she showed up at the studio with no cameras. Announcement: simply her stepping in with her crew. She demanded a private, uncensored confessional. No producers, audience, just her and a camera. They agreed immediately. She sat down and took a deep breath and began to talk in a low, calm, authoritative tone. She discussed the betrayal, the sorrow, and the restless nights. About being exhausted of battling for a guy who didn't know how to fight for her, tired of being the strong one, tired of pretending everything was normal. "I gave him everything," she continued, her tears welling up. "I made a life with him, stood by him when everyone said I shouldn't. And now I'm left cleaning up the pieces of something I didn't break." She paused and took a breath before adding, "But I'm not resentful. I'm not furious anymore. I'm simply done." The confessional concluded with her saying she would always do what was best for her children. Right now, it meant defending her peace no matter what. Looked like it was raw, but it was genuine. And when it aired, it shattered the internet. Millions watched, grieved, and celebrated. The tale had moved once, from scandal to strength, and although some supporters still wanted Mendeecees and Yandy to reconcile, most believed that she deserved better. Erica remained quiet throughout that period, with no fresh postings or utterances. She was focused on getting through the latter weeks of her pregnancy, determined not to let the cacophony drown her out. Mendeecees watched Yandy's confessions alone in his apartment. He didn't say a thing, but stared at the television, tears in his eyes, the weight of his deeds tumbling down all at once. He had shattered something that could never. He had damaged trust that took years to create, and now he had to live with that fact. The public may ultimately forgive him, and the network may spin it into redemption, but deep down he realized he had lost the one thing he felt he could always rely on. And as the city hummed with response films, think pieces, and hot hashtags, the 3 of them found themselves on divergent courses, joined by controversy, separated by agony. The infant would be born into turmoil, but maybe also into insight. Because what had begun as a secret had developed into a reckoning, and the narrative wasn't ended yet. They turned into weeks, and while the media frenzy had begun to die down, the real-life ramifications were only becoming worse. Yandy had officially moved out of the joint house, opting for a smaller, more private apartment in a gated neighborhood. The photographers couldn't readily contact her. She kept her group close, restricting anyone visit and who